These people, you gotta see these people. Here they come. I guess he's gonna pull over here. Here he comes. He's on the side of the highway.
Does he want to talk to you?
Look at, yeah, it's my fault. Look at them drivers. The driver, it's my fault. There he goes.
I mean, I love that.
I guess he's just getting back on the highway now. I don't know, like, this is what I'm up against here, folks. Well, this was not my plan to make two kind of bad news garage sitting videos in 1 week, but here I am. This one's kind of more funny than the Viper, although the Viper turned out great too. Like, nothing really was super wrong with it, but yeah, this one really sucks because my daily driver Ram TRX was hit by an elderly man. And then when the cops showed up, he tried to blame me for it. So we just got back from our cruise. We were returning home from our cruise. It was awesome, by the way. I didn't really film anything for the channel, but if you want to see pictures of me on the beach, you can check out my Instagram. If you don't want to see those pics, you are missing out. Not really, but yeah, if you want to see the pictures, they are up on the gram. Anyway, we were coming home from the cruise, so already, like, not in a bad mood, but, you know, kind of bummed, like we're coming back from vacation and whatnot, and we're in New Jersey, about, I would say, half an hour into our trip, and I'm just cruising along, three lanes wide, car in the left lane going a little bit slower than I want to go, and I was behind them, gave them a chance to get over. They didn't, so I got over in the middle lane and was passing them. And there was a car on my right as well. And as I was passing, all of a sudden the car on the right decided that they wanted to be in the middle lane, and they swerved over and hit me. Now, I don't actually think they wanted to be in the middle lane. What I assume happened is the guy was not paying attention. You'll see in a second why. So I pull over, I get out, and you know, I just I'm not really upset. Like, you guys know on my channel, like, I've had things damaged before. I'm really not, like, I'm not the type to, like, get road rage and get out and screaming and yelling. I just kind of got out and said, like, hey, you know, what are you doing? Like, what were you thinking? Are you okay? And so I walk up to the car. It's a silver Nissan Juke, and the guy in the car, like, is screaming, yelling at me. Now, he was of Asian descent, but I don't think he was yelling in any type of Asian language. I think he was just screaming with a mouthful of food. We're just cruising along, no problem. And this guy, this old couple, I actually feel really bad because they are very old. I don't think they speak English. Just swerves into the side of the T-Rex.
Completely, like, the truck was completely lost control. I don't know how you kept it under control.
Well, it was like a pit maneuver. He hit the back. I'll show you guys the damage, but just driving along.
The car next to it.
And there's no traffic or nothing. And the guy just freaking runs into my truck for no reason.
If he would have done that to anybody else, or like a car, like, that could have been so bad. A car could have flipped, and
it was crazy. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I'm just driving along. He's in the right lane, like, and just swerving back for no. Why would you swerve? So I'm in the middle lane. He's in the right. Why would you swerve left from the right lane with no traffic? I don't understand. What I think happened is, I think he reached down for some food, or it looked like popcorn. His mouth was full of it. He's like, blah, 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 and I'm like, dude, I can't understand what you're saying. So I think he, like, might have been reaching down for some popcorn and drifted over into my lane. And I really tried to accelerate to get over. Braking wasn't going to work because he would have hit the front of my truck, and there was, again, a car on my left. But I laid on the horn and tried to accelerate, but couldn't get out of it fast enough, and he slammed right into me, right on the passenger side of the Ram TRX. But yeah, you know, I get out of the car and I'm not really upset, but on the contrary, he was very upset, which is ironic because it was his fault. NJ State Cop is driving down the highway, just happens to be like 30 seconds behind the accident, so no way anyone even called it in yet. He was just there, flips on the lights, pulls over, comes up to me first. I'm at the front, and I say, hey, you know, I was driving in the middle lane and this guy swerved into me. And, you know, Gina said the same thing. She was my witness. I didn't tell her anything. She just told it as it was. And I think our story was it was easy to tell our story was legit. Cop goes back to the guy's car as a husband and wife. And again, I feel bad because, not that this is an excuse, you know, even if you're old or whatever, like, if you're gonna drive a car, you have to be responsible and you have to know how to drive the car. But at the same time, you do feel bad when it's old people, because I had grandparents that drove longer than they probably should have. And, you know, I get it. And they look to be very old, as you'll see in the videos we have and all that. So I'm not, you know, I hate to be yeah, I don't, it's not like that big of a deal. But anyway, so the cop goes back there and then he comes back up to our truck. Now, this is the only thing that did bother me because I was not mean in any way. I wasn't even really in a bad mood. I saw they were like old and I was like, well, I'm not going to be upset, whatever. I'll just say, are they okay? He tries to blame it on me.
Not surprisingly, the old man is blaming it on me, even though the only damage, the cop comes up, he's like, well, he said that he was in the middle lane and I was in the middle lane, which makes no sense because I'm in the middle lane. How can he also be in the middle lane? I mean, he was when he ran into me, but the entire side of his car is damaged. Only the rear bedside of mine is damaged, which means it is not possible for me to have caused the accident because the entire side of my truck would have been damaged. I was obviously already past him. The majority of my vehicle was already past him. And then he swerved over from the front and it rubbed the entire side of his car and only hit the back end of my vehicle. That's the only way that even makes any sense. That literally doesn't make sense. I couldn't have possibly hit him and only rubbed while passing him and only rubbed the back of my vehicle. That makes no sense. And yet the entire side of his car is damaged. That doesn't make sense.
He says that he was in the middle lane and that I swerved into him and rubbed the side of his car, which makes no sense. And you don't have to take my word for it because if you look at the damage on my truck, there was only damage to the back right side, the back passenger side, a very little amount on my bedside. However, the entire side of his car was covered in damage. So if I was in the left lane and he was in the middle lane, I would have said that because I still would have been in the right. I would have said while I was passing on the left, he was in the center and he swerved over and hit me. But that was not the case, of course. I was in the middle lane, he was in the right lane. And if I'm in the middle lane and he's saying he's in the middle lane, yet the damage is on the passenger side of my car and the driver's side of his car, clearly he was on my right. So he did himself in with that statement by saying that he was in the middle lane, even though I was in the middle lane. My witness said I was in the middle lane, and the damage to his car doesn't line up with his story, because how could he be in the middle lane yet the damage is all on the left side of his vehicle and on the right side of mine? I was in the middle, and no one is disputing that. He didn't say I was in the left lane. He said that I was in his middle lane with him, which makes no sense.
What's up, man?
All right, boss, right here. So the
Let him drive away, and look, there's the car. Oh my God. Oh my God, there they are. Now they're behind us. These people, you gotta see these people. Here they come. I guess he's gonna pull over here. Here he comes. He's on the side of the highway.
What, does he want to talk to you?
Look, yeah, it's my fault. Look at them drivers. The driver, it's my fault. There he goes.
I mean, I love that.
I guess he's just getting back on the highway now. I don't know. Like, this is what I'm up against here, folks. This is what I'm up against. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm definitely mad about my truck, but I also feel bad because it's like, clearly they're super old.
It's funny because he's doing the same thing. He's drifting over the lines. You can literally see him doing it in the video. Here he's driving along, and we're going over the line, Now, you can't really see it that well, but, I mean, literally, he's doing it right there. He's driving over the line instead of being in his lane, so, yeah, it's not hard to believe. I don't have any, knock on wood, I don't have any at-fault accidents on my whole record. I've only been in 2 car accidents, and it wasn't really even, like, I don't even really call that an accident. He rubbed up against me, and the other one was I was stopped at a stop sign and someone hit me. So that's, oh, and on, like, if you call it, I don't really call getting rear-ended an accident, though. So the other one was on video, not on video, but the Blazer I was filming at the time, and the guy rear-ended me. So I don't really count those. I like to think of myself as a pretty good driver. Like I drive a lot, as you guys know. I have 20,000 miles on that truck already, drive all over the place all the time. And there have been a lot of times where like it was close, but I have avoided it. And I really tried to avoid this one, but this one I just couldn't. And it happens. If you're gonna drive a lot, it's gonna happen to you. And these people were, in my opinion, not fit for the road. I mean, they drove then with their four-ways on for like a mile after hitting us, and you know, like just not good at all. It was very, I think, reasonable, and he was like screaming, yelling, and then blaming it on me to the cop, which, you know, it's kind of messed up, but it's just an old man, you know, being upset about being old, I'm sure. So whatever. But anyway, that's what happened to the truck. And let me show you what I've got going on here on my poor baby TRX. You guys know I love my baby. 20,000 miles on her in under a year. We take it everywhere. And this is the first, you know, actual damage to it. Let me get some rubbing compound and we'll try to get the scratch out. I think it will all come out really easily, actually. I think we lucked out on this one. I literally don't think it's gonna be like, I don't think it's going to actually be a scratch. I think it can come all out because I tried to like feel with my fingernail if it was in the clear coat, and I wasn't getting any like bump. So I think we're good. But there you can see. So here is kind of the extent of the damage. Now I don't think there is any more. No, that's just like liquid, you know, like a spot there. Nothing down here, I don't think. And I think really what like these scratches were all there. That's from like trees and stuff in Colorado and all. We've had many adventures in this truck. But I think what did it was their mirror, because everything else was kind of too low. But it looks good. Like this isn't loose, it's still nice and tight, nothing bad there. So I think this is literally it. I think it was caused by the mirror. And let's see if we can just get a nice spray on there. Let's see if we can. And I think it will come off. Really, I think with a lot of scrubbing, I think it will come off. It looks like it's going to. Might be a scratch. No, I think we're okay. Let me work on it for a little bit and then come back for you. I will say it took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. It took about half an hour, and then I left and did a few errands and came back and worked on it for about another 10 or so minutes. But as you can see, yes, it did come out completely. It is completely gone. And the only thing left is the beautiful hydro blue Mopar paint. But yeah, it's all gone. So that all came out. And that means the only thing left is the PDR, which I think that will be pulled. I think that can be pulled pretty easily. And then, sorry, wind blowing. And then we should have the truck being like completely perfect, even after getting hit at 70 miles per hour by a Nissan Juke. So I think that's pretty cool. And there you go. I'm actually like shocked that that's all it did, because his mirror hit here and he rubbed along the whole side of the truck. So you would think, even though this was protecting it, which thank God I have a little bit of poke, thank God for like these tires saved me thousands in damage. Thousands, literally thousands. If you ever wondered why you want your tires to poke a little bit on a truck, that's why. It saved the whole truck. Like he hit me up here, and the tire held him back, and then the only thing that scraped was the mirror when, you know, the bedside sticks out so far compared to the body. So he hit me like up here, and then I didn't get any damage until the mirror back here. But even down here, yeah, nothing on the side. Like everything was protected, which is really unbelievable. So I lucked out big time on that one. I'm super pumped about it. Thank God that's all that happened. And this stuff was all like from rocks that was already there. A lot of miles, 20,000 miles, a lot of rocks. You know, Colorado, we took it, tons of rocks in Colorado to the beach, all kinds of places, got hit by trees. So the truck has like its little, it's got its war marks, you know. But yeah, that was not from this. So that's all completely gone, cleaned up. I'll actually get a little touch-up paint and touch up those. And yeah, we'll see how the PDR process goes. But that's it for the truck. So luckily, yeah, we lucked out big time, and the truck actually has no damage.
thankfully.
Watch out for old people on the roads. Nothing new there. Hope y'all enjoyed this upload. I've got many really cool updates coming for you very soon. This was not a planned video, but I had to upload it because I thought it was interesting. If you did enjoy, give it a big thumbs up. Take care. Have a great night. I'll see you in the next one.